Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. Come in, come in, come in. Child, we ain't here more than the pastor, okay, y'all? We are more than Pastor Jackson. May he rest in peace, y'all. I done got the tater salad, okay, the mac and cheese, some drinks. I think EJ went to pick up the lasagna, child. I don't know. Moochie done cried so much she done lost her voice, y'all. She in the sickest shut-in right now, okay? Pray for our girl Moochie. Put some hammers in the chat for her. I'm gonna see if when EJ is ready, she gonna be joining me. Y'all, the church is in mourning. We in mourning, y'all. Okay, what y'all bringing to the repast? Lord have mercy. Poor pastor, he got taken out while he was trying to pray for his child. Okay, we need street justice. Okay, forget the FBI. We need some street justice. How are y'all feeling tonight? How are y'all feeling? Let me see.
Hey,
Are you here?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm in the car, so my daughter got off late, y'all. I
Yeah,
apologize.
I told them you had to make a run and you was bringing back the lasagna.
Yeah, I gotta get that food from Pastor
Hey,
Stanley.
hey,
Passing away. Gotta
Inga.
eat.
Yes, Zaria. Child, we gotta all come together. Mm-mm-mm. This episode was something else right here, honey. I cried so hard.
Me too. I was
RD,
crying my eyes.
Yes, I was like, shoot, you would think I lost somebody for real. My eyes was puffy as I don't know what. And shout out, I don't even you know, I'm sorry, I should have looked up the actual names, but the boy that plays Papa and the one that plays Bakari, they was acting, honey. Okay, I thought
Mm-hmm.
they lost somebody too. What's up, Candy Love? I definitely thought they lost somebody too. So yeah, y'all, Moochie's not feeling well. She don't have her voice tonight.
She was
Okay,
crying too hard.
yeah, crying too hard, getting too emotional about all of this. She ready to go take her hammers to Chicago. Inga was ready to go there last week. I think we all ready to go there this week.
Okay.
What's up, honey love? Yes, they did. They really did hold it down. They was not playing at all. Okay. So yeah, y'all, we gonna talk about this episode. This really just broke my heart. It broke my heart to pieces. Mm-mm-mm.
I know. It was sad.
Yeah. How did you feel like with just this opening scene and Kevin and Jake trying to be there for him, and I know how those moments are where you don't know what to even say to a person, and then Bakari coming in and his reaction to him, like, were we surprised at his reaction, or is that something we was expecting for him to have?
I don't know. I was a little bit surprised and a little bit I don't know. I was surprised just because I really didn't expect Papa to be so upset with Bakari, being that it's not Bakari's fault at all. And that, although he worked for him, it wasn't his fault. He wasn't the one
Hmm.
who did it and he didn't have anything to do with it. And the reason why the pastor died was because, he didn't do what Duda wanted him to do. And it's like he knew that, but at the same time, he, still kind of low key blamed him a little bit. But I think that was just
Yeah.
the emotion talking, like it wasn't the
Yeah.
actual, it wasn't real. It was just, he was emotional.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I think, you just angry and you really don't know where to put that anger at, and guilty, feeling guilty because of the last conversation that you had with your father. So I knew that was going to hit him just based off the fact of him getting up and walking out. And, you're not expecting that that's going to be the last time you're going to see your father and somebody going to be coming up in there taking him out. So I definitely understood where he was coming from. Mm-mm-mm. And Bakari, he was feeling all bad. He like, I ain't know they was gonna do that. Mm-mm-mm.
Exactly, exactly.
So now when Bakari went over here, I was like, all right now, Bakari, I'm tired of y'all people on the shot, okay? Because we just seen Emmett do this in the last episode. Pulling out a damn hammer if you're not gonna be using it. Like, boy, no, we don't do that. What are you doing? What are you doing?
At least with him, we knew that he could maybe pull the trigger, but
Yeah, yeah. And I thought it was kind of interesting too. I know his name is Dave, but child, I've been calling him Rumpelstiltskin because that's what he remind me of. Um, he first of all he give hater vibes anyway. But I thought it was interesting that when Bakari first came in there and had the hammer up to Nuck, he just was kind of standing there looking. It wasn't until Nuck said something that he pulled his piece out on Bakari too, and we just all like, if we having a daggone face off, I just like,
exactly. But you know what? Something about Zay is throwing me off at the end of the day. Something about him is just, I don't know what it is, but I don't like him, and I'm just ready for him to
mm-hmm.
go.
Yes, I do too. I do too. What's up, Matthew Wilson? Hey, Moochie. Shout out to
Hey,
Moochie.
Poochie.
Feel better. Feel better, sis. She was crying harder than me and she lost her voice. She lost her voice, okay? Yeah, so I also when he said to Nuck like we said family is off limits, right? We're not supposed to take out each other families. And then Nuck was basically like, what I keep telling you, you getting soft in these streets, like, we're your family. I'm like, are you really? Because I don't want this kind of damn family.
Have a good night. You too. Thank you. I know, exactly. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was that part right there really got me because of the fact that that is the truth. Like, y'all supposed to be family is supposed to be off limits, and to him, Pastor Stanley is his family, and then you telling him that y'all his family. Like, nah, if we
Mm-hmm.
family, you wouldn't have took out somebody that I loved like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just everything about
Yeah.
that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I used to be somebody who didn't like Bakari very much back,
Mm-hmm.
like last season. And now Bakari is like my baby. And I'm like, dang, y'all just doing my boy wrong. So I don't know. I just, and I know Candy, shout out to Candy Love. She got a little love for Nut going on, but
Mm-mm-mm.
he was doing the most. I don't know. I ain't have no nothing for him this episode. Can't stand him.
Yeah, I mean, that ain't bad to look at, but I
Exactly.
was ready to fight him. I was ready to fight him, okay? Fight him like an alley cat. That's what my aunt used to say. Listen, he was definitely pissing me off.
Okay.
Now, this was just basically more rinse and repeat of daggone Emmett begging Keisha. I'm so tired of them. I'm never going to lie to y'all. I'm tired of them now. I really, really am. I just feel like At one point I was like, okay, we gonna see they up and downs. It's gonna be a struggle, whether they can make it through or not. Now I don't even give a damn no more. They can break up for all I care because they just getting on my daggone nerves. Like, I don't know.
They can go. Like, and I used to be a big, like last season, I was really rooting for them. Oh, I just wanted to see them together. I just want to see them be happy. Now I don't give a damn. Like, I really don't care one way or the other. Like, Keisha getting on my nerves for whatever reason. I cannot deal with Keisha. I was more towards Nina this episode than I was Keisha. That's how bad it was.
Mm,
That's where I was
yeah.
at this episode. I was like, I can't with Keisha, and they could just both go. Her and Emmett can do whatever they do.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just not making sense to me, but that's the way they wrote the story. So this
Mm,
conversation was interesting because we just was saying last week that we thought he did the right thing by telling Jake, stay in your place and not everything you need to be worried about. We was all in agreement with that. But he decides to have the conversation with him this episode, and really, I mean, kids are smart anyway. Sometimes I say that we don't give them enough credit. Like, we think we protecting them for certain things, but they really already be knowing about a lot of it. And I think this was kind of one of those moments. It was like he literally was filling in the blank, finishing his sentences. How you felt about this whole thing?
yeah, for sure. Like, I think that Jake has seen a lot and he knows a lot. And at the end of the day, like Trig has to realize that, hey, he doesn't live with Reg for crying out loud. He probably know way more than what you think he know because of everything that he done have to deal with, and he lived with Duda. So at the end of the day, he just gotta take those training wheels off and treat him like the a person he is. He is not your normal average teenager. He hasn't grown up like your normal average teenager.
Hmm. Yeah. On the one hand, I feel like he pretty much gave him good advice. Again, it seemed like he done gave him good advice about 2, 3 weeks in a row now, and he knew what time it was. But then there's another part of me that's like, Vic, you got a big mouth. You never shut up. Like, who else you gonna tell? Because we kept saying he better not tell nobody else. So let's like go to the top of the Empire State Building and just yell it to everybody at this point. Because he keeps telling people. So I'm like, all right, he had this conversation. Of course, Jake is like, don't snitch. And then when he gets to work, he's having the idea of the whole, vigil thing, which that was cool. Want it done as soon as possible because we are all important. Okay. So I was like, all right, Vic, I guess. But I feel like he's telling too many damn people. Then Miss Keisha decide that she gonna go over and talk to damn Nuck because we already knew she was gonna do this. This wasn't no shot. Of course, she don't really, trust that Emmett ass to take care of it. So she thinking she stepping in. What the hell did you think about this conversation? What up, Brillo? What's going
Uh,
on?
Give me 1 second, Tamika, okay?
Okay, okay. What did y'all think about this? Oh Lord, Brillo said Vic is. Oh God, yeah, Vic telling everybody. I'm like, boy, if you don't keep your damn mouth shut, like everybody don't freaking have to know what you did and didn't do. Sheesh. Nah, Brillo. Keisha can do wrong. I'm sorry. I got love for Keisha and I understand what she been through. But she definitely can do some wrong. And I agree, Jay Alexandra. I feel like she playing with fire and I feel like she kind of exposed herself and put herself right, you know how they say, out of the frying pan into the fire when she didn't really need to. Or because she thinking she helping, to be honest. That's what I really think is about to happen.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm back. Sorry about that. I got some
Yeah.
opinions about this part right here. So I
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand why this was necessary. I I felt indifferent about it. I got it to one because
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about Keisha and when she go to talk to what's his name, right? I'm trying to see where we're
Mm-hmm.
at. Sorry. This phone is small. This is where
Oh
we
no,
talking
yeah,
about
this is
Keisha.
when she went to go talk to Nut.
Okay, yeah, okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, so when she goes up there to talk to him, I'm just like, dude, you have a man. Like, regardless of what we feel about Emmett, I just felt like she was crossing some sort of lines or something. I don't know how I would have felt as a man,
Mm-hmm.
like if my person went to somebody else trying to get us protection. Like on one hand, I understand it, but on the other hand, it felt like this relationship ain't finna last.
Right.
Because it just felt like
Mm-hmm.
she was crossing a line. And I don't know. I was not with it because it felt like she, the way she touched his hand, and it just felt like
Mm-hmm.
she was giving off a little more. Like, I get that she was trying to use the situation that happened
Mm-hmm.
with her to get him to, to feel sorry and do what he was supposed to do because he didn't protect her before. But at the
Right.
same time, I felt like he was giving him some sort of false hope, possibly. I don't know, girl. I just was on two sides of the fence with this one. I tried to understand it, but just that inner part of me was saying, "Girl, no, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it."
Yeah,
So
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
she actually possibly put herself in danger, but I'll wait till we get towards the end to talk more about that. But and not only that, well, yeah, I'll wait. But I understood why and what she felt like she was doing because at this point she like Emmett ain't gonna do a damn thing, and I mean Emmett has been making a mess out of everything and making the dumbest damn decisions. We've been saying that week after week. She definitely, just what Moochie said, wants to control everything, and we get into that deeper once we go to this daggone therapy session. A lot of it is about her wanting to be in control and not really, wanting to lean on anybody anyway. Did you really have any thoughts or feelings on the fact that Papa was telling, I don't even remember her name, I always forget her name, the one that got the son, um, when he told her he wanted to be alone and he didn't want her to be at the house, and I mean, but he pretty much was telling everybody that though. Even when it came to Jake and Kevin, and they was like, "Do you really want to be alone, or are you just saying that?" He was like, "No, I want to be alone." He was just mad at everybody and everything at this point. Kendra, yeah, I thought it was Kendra, but I wasn't too sure. Yeah, he was definitely in pain. He was definitely in pain. I don't think she was taking it too personal until he started like really giving her a lot of ass. So she was like, "All right, I know you upset right now, but you ain't gonna sit here and take it out on me." But then when he told her the part about his his father last words was that he wasn't ready for this with her, and he was right. I mean, at the end of the day, his father was right. But I feel like that's just like a whole kind of separate issue. Oh God, EJ I think got kicked out. She'll be back. Um, but yeah, um I ain't feel no real way about this because I just feel like right now he's mad at the world. So, and I don't think he got time to be worried about her and her feelings and her son and all that other stuff. So now, Emmett and Darnell sit down and have a conversation, and he's telling him that, his whole idea about buying Duda out, and Darnell is saying, let him know how much it is because he may be able to help him, and give him whatever he need or whatever the case may be. I ain't really care too much about this conversation either because I'm still that mad at Darnell from damn last week when he giving him the freaking hammer without even saying, well, can I come with you? Do you follow him? Why did you even give it to him in the first place? I'm still kind of stuck on that, but I am glad that he going and talking to him. I don't even know, y'all. Yeah, listen, I couldn't fight the tears, Brillo. I cried so hard. I cried so hard you would have thought my daddy got freaking choked in the house, okay? I was crying. My eyes were swollen the hell up. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, he does feel guilty for having his father having that argument and everything like that. And so, that's to be expected. Can't blame him for that. And I knew he was gonna feel that way as soon as that whole argument happened. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he never gave that to him to begin with. Like, I don't know what was on his mind. That just irritated the hell out of me. I don't know why they put that in there for him to give him that. Technical difficulties with getting back in. Zuda probably trying to mess with the stream. He don't want us to talk about what he did, the pastor. Yeah, Moochie, I told everybody you done lost your voice because you was crying so hard, okay? You was crying so hard for the loss of the pastor. You couldn't even make it up here tonight. Let me see if I could bring EJ back in. Hello.
Hey, sorry about that. My
Oh.
phone kept going in and out. It was turning off.
It's okay. I said, dude, I probably messing with the frequency. He don't want us to talk about his trifling behind.
Okay. He said, mm-mm.
Oh God. But yeah, I was talking about this whole conversation that what you said. I think it might have cut out again. Yeah. Hey Don, thanks for joining us. You say Papa is grieving bad because his last conversation with his dad wasn't good. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, that was weighing heavy. You know that that's the last conversation you have with somebody, an argument. First thing that go through your head is like, oh, that's the last thing I said to them. They was mad at me, or I was mad at them. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to say I love you. That's all the things that you're gonna expect somebody to be feeling. So it's understandable. It's definitely understandable. Yeah, it seems like StreamYard is on some BS tonight, y'all. So I found it real interesting that when Maisha was waiting for Gemma to come to the damn studio and she got there 20 minutes late with her apology, I said she just a little Miss Tierra now at this point. It's like she's really Tierra's daughter. She just looks like Tierra reincarnated. Seemed like she coming with that attitude, and we found out that she's late for the appointment because she was with Jake's sister, who apparently have a demo who she feels like is further along than Maisha. Now I know Tierra told her to get a second act or whatever the case may be, and I get that part, but does that mean that you now just dismiss the first act that you had? And then remember, she was going all crazy on Maisha being on time and all this other stuff, but now it's okay for you to come late. I just thought that was real funny. But y'all know I never been a big fan of Gemma, but I was giving her credit as far as her being smart when it came to helping Jake with his business and being a manager with Maisha, but now she just starting to annoy me again. I don't know how y'all feel about her, but she definitely is giving me baby Sierra vibes. Like she already favor her anyway. Y'all notice she got her hair just like her now too. Yeah, Bakari's sister. She just ready to throw her to the side now that she linked up with her. And at first, when people were saying that she might get with Bakari's sister, I was like, I don't think so. I don't think they would take it there. But now I'm kind of wondering if they might. They do look alike. And remember, Sierra was screwing everybody in sight before, so I'm like, is she gonna be a part two doing all that too? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. But she did handle her business. Yeah, she came back with the new hairstyle, attitude. Bro said she trash. Gemma is garbage. She don't have trying to get off on Jake and Maisha. I don't know. Yeah, she's never been one of my, favorite characters any daggone way. And I feel like if she could do that to, Kevin, granted they was teenagers, but I don't put nothing past her. And what they say, how you get them is how you lose them. So would we really be shocked if Jake does end up, being on the other end of that? Nah, I don't know. But let me see if I can bring EJ and we gonna try this again.
Hey y'all.
What's up?
Nothing. My bad. My bad. My bad. My apologies to everybody. Y'all know how it go. Life be life
hmm
sometimes.
But we was talking about Gemma. Some people in the comments are saying Gemma is trash.
Yeah, Gemma was doing the most. What up, Brillo? What up? Gemma was doing the most, seriously. Like, honestly, like I get that she's trying not to go back to school or whatever, and I get that, what she's trying to do, but the way that she's going about it is just wrong. Like at the end of the day, you said that you were going to help Maisha, and you haven't even gotten her to where she needs to be, but you already trying to look at other people, which means you're going to be
Mhm.
splitting your time up. Maisha had every reason to be upset, and when she hit them bars, I wasn't even mad at her. I was like, well, damn. Hey,
Yeah.
Kendall.
Yes, definitely. Mm-mm-mm. I wasn't mad at her either. So now, child, we thought Rashad really was gonna be going at somebody with. We knew she was gonna find out about these, but I did not think it was gonna be in this way. What did you think about this whole thing, EJ?
Girl,
Like,
I was like, I felt so cheated because I felt like we was about to get like some big shootout and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, shot about to bring the heat, and then this is what we get. Like, really?
yeah.
I
I
was
was
mad.
I was definitely disappointed. And then it was like, come on, Shad. He have not been using his brain at all. Like I get it's the heat of the moment and you hear some noise like that. You probably not gonna be thinking about that. But how the hell you go and take the whole bag out, leave it in the middle of the floor? Then I also was like, well, damn, she sleep crazy hard because she ain't hear the noise, she ain't hear him, nothing. She's still knocked out, and he over here. Good. Like,
I'm
really?
like, dude, put the guns up. Like, some, like, don't leave them
Yeah.
all right there.
Right. At least she probably could have like not seen that you had a whole big bag full and just
Okay.
saw the one in your hand. That would have been bad enough. But it's like
Mhm.
she see you holding one and she see the bag. So of course now it's my house. I caught that one. How did you feel about telling him to get him out of her house? I mean, I
Because, like
can't
I've
see
been
her being
saying,
up
this
for that.
this is not Shad's place. Like she tried, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be her place, and she's always going to remind him of that when it comes to stuff like this. Because you should have kept that same energy when you were saying hours. I'm just not used to it. No, as soon as there's some kind of conflict that comes in, all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden it's your house. So
Mm-hmm.
nah. Shad needs to figure it out. I don't know what happened to that money that he had, but he needs to figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I don't never understood what did he do with the money. But yeah, I mean, then of course now this got her asking more questions, want to know if he lied about anything else and all of that, and he talking about no, but I don't see them two lasting too long either, to be honest.
At the end of the day, them guns saved their life, like he said. So honestly, I probably wouldn't have been tripping if it were me. I would have been like,
Hmm.
"Woo, thank goodness you had them guns."
Yeah, Brillo said, why are they even an issue? I mean, I guess because she ain't know about them, and it's like, well, what are you doing with a whole big bag, just random out in the open? I don't know.
Mm.
And on top of that, you done got them from daggone Duda, who you shouldn't even be messing with. But it is what it is at this point. So Emmett. I want to know what Emmett thought he was going in here again to say to Duda in the first daggone place.
Had he had enough of coming in to asking where do that, where do that? I feel like,
Yes, you
dude,
would think he learned his lesson. Like he's still coming with his chest puffed out, talking about where Duda, and then he gets made to feel stupid again when Nuck tells him, "Oh well, your girl already took care of that. She already done came in here." See, this is where Keisha messed up again. Okay, even though Emmett is stupid to me for even coming in here, but that's the second issue because okay, you went and talked to him. You didn't think that Emmett was gonna be able to handle it, but you don't go and let Emmett know that you went and talked to him. Like you ain't
exactly.
seen him. You ain't been back to the house since when you last left. I'm confused.
Exactly. You got to put people up on stuff like this. If you want stuff to go the way it's supposed to go, this is something you got to be like, look, I went and talked to Nuck because I wanted to ensure that we would get the protection that we needed. But, she wasn't gonna do
Inga,
that. Nuck
Inga
was
said Emmett need to pack up and move out of Chicago. Right, he
okay.
might need to follow behind Kevin. Lord of mercy.
Yeah,
Jesus,
Kendall. Nuck couldn't
man.
wait to tell Emmett
He
like he was
sure couldn't. Talking about some, oh, you didn't know, and you can. I mean, this is just like another low blow, something else to cause to mess with his ego. He already felt like crap the first time with Tiff in the car when Zuda told him, it's already taken care of. You a day late and a dollar short.
and she had two dudes, two of them,
Right.
and you just now showing up.
And now you gotta be embarrassed with this where he like, oh, she ain't tell you. So y'all, the therapy session. This been the hot talk of the town.
Mm, 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 mm. I got a
What
lot to
did
say
you
about
think
this
about the
part.
therapy session?
Girl, let
Well,
me go ahead.
first, just with the therapist first talking to Keisha alone and her having her aha moments and realizations about some things, that surrounded her mom and the way she is now. And then the therapist even suggesting that she bring her mom in. Did you feel like that was too fast? Did you feel like that was on point? Like we should have been doing that? Because she only had about 2 sessions so far. Like, what was your thought about that first before you talk about Nina actually coming?
Yeah, so on that particular part, I just looked at it as TV therapy. Like I realize now that there's a difference between TV therapy and real therapy.
Yeah.
So I counted it as TV therapy and they needed to go somewhere with it. And so they tried to do it. That's how I looked at
Mhm.
that. Because clearly,
Yeah.
but in real life, I don't think that I thought that would be way too soon to introduce the family in like that. But, so there's that. Now, can I go to the next part?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So y'all know I be having this love hate relationship with Nina, right? And
Mhm.
but listening to this particular part, listening to her talk about her life and how she felt, like why she got married, all of this stuff. Because I think for a lot of us, we wondered, like, how did she just come into her queerness in this late stage in life? Like, what happened, and then we realized exactly what happened. She wanted to be a good daughter. She was trying to do what her mother wanted, what the idea, the perception of what her life was supposed to look like, and so she did that. Now, there were a couple of things in this particular therapy session that I didn't agree with the Keisha aspect of it, and then And I was kind of leaning towards Nina on this one because at the end of the day, she does say that she didn't know if she wanted children, but I think it was us. We were talking in the chat, and I was saying how motherhood looks different for everybody. I was young when I had my daughter, and I wasn't ready to be anybody's mom either. It doesn't mean that I didn't want my child. It just meant that I wasn't ready for that. I was thinking about all the things that I was gonna lose, not necessarily and some people are ready to jump into motherhood so quickly, like it's just like something part of them, and they're just so like it's like it was meant to be or something like that. But everybody's journey looks different, and nobody really knows what that's going to look like. And for Keisha to continue to harp on the fact that you didn't want us, that's not what she said, but yet you keep turning it into that's what she said, but that's literally not her what she said. And the fact that she actually has a pretty decent mom compared to what could have been. We've seen some of them right here on the Shy, that she could have had a different type of mom. She could have had different circumstances. And her concept was you weren't there. And I get the fact of sometimes feeling like you don't have anything left to give after you've been at work all day long and you've given all of this, and then you have all of these other duties and things that happen, and you just don't have a lot left to give. So I don't know, something about her was relatable in this particular scene. And I felt different about this character for like a whole minute. I kind of understood her, but I just wasn't feeling how Keisha was reacting to it. I just wish she had a listened differently. Like,
Well, that's the thing that we be talking about. We've been actually saying that with a few shows that we doing the reviews on, and that to me that was realistic, even though I didn't necessarily agree with it, because there's the thing of, are you actually listening to what the person is saying, or are you just taking away from it, what you want to take away from it? I felt like, of course, like you said, if this was a real session, because obviously we fixing it a certain way for TV to prove whatever way we trying to take the story, but in a real session, I felt like when Nina said to the doctor, like, help me out here, that's not what I'm trying to say. Normally a doctor would be like, yes, this, she's saying ABC and go into it deeper, and I didn't feel like this therapist did. Of course, I also felt like, wow, we already bringing her in, because even when Keisha was like, I'm not too sure, I really want it to be about me right now, and I don't know if I want to bring my mother in, and it was like, we gonna think about it. It was like the next thing you know, they both were sitting there. I'm like, okay. And I caught how they tried to put like the camera angle, like how you see them sitting so separate from each other. They supposed to be so far apart. And the therapist is in the middle, and it's like she don't understand Keisha and Keisha don't understand her. So I appreciated that part when the therapist was like, right now you're not talking to each other as mother and daughter. You're talking like woman to woman, and you're telling her a side of you that you never knew. And so I was like, okay, yeah, we getting deep into something right now. But then she just flipped it, and out of everything that Nina says, she only caught that one part, because in her perception of how it felt growing up, she's saying, well, you used to make me feel like you didn't want me, and now you're actually saying you didn't want me, so it's making sense because that's the way I felt. So it was like both of them needed to hear what each other was saying. But then you would think that Keisha would have an understanding of it, because you literally kept a baby that came out of probably one of the worst things you could ever experience in life, and you didn't know you was gonna want to keep the baby. You actually have went and gave it up, and then took, got him back, and are now raising him. So you would think that would be a way that y'all would be able to connect. You know what I mean? So I don't know if time goes on, we're going to actually see this turn around, because I'll just try to take it like this is the first therapy that they doing, and there's a long road ahead. But the fact that she just sat there stuck on that part, I was annoyed with that. And I also wanted the therapist to clarify it and not just say, oh yeah, well, sometimes people, I was like, what?
That's what I was like. I was like, fix that therapy lady, fix it.
Right, like don't just leave it like that.
I'm so mad at this Candy Love, at her whole little situation with the colors and all that. I'm so mad at that right now.
Yeah, I think that's how most of us was feeling. But she also was having her aha moments where it was like, well, in my mom's first relationship, she pretty much, like my dad was in charge. He said where we would go. He said where we would eat. He's the one that paid all the bills. So when she started talking about the difference in Dre's relationship with her mom versus her dad, the therapist was like, well, that's probably why she changed. She probably felt like, oh, I'm not going to be in a situation like that no more. And I got to speak up for myself now and different things of that nature. And that's when she even realized, like, wait, do I be doing too much? Because I be doing that sometimes. So it really should be more about her reflecting and realizing that's why she makes some of the choices she makes too. But, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, we'll see where it go.
Mhm. Especially when she said the same exact thing that Nina said. She said it to Dre,
Hmm.
and she said it to Emmett. Girl, you are literally your mama. Literally.
Exactly. Yep. And I was saying that too a couple weeks back. I was like, I never noticed how much alike her and her mother are. And sometimes when you alike like that, you do bump heads that way too. I know my brother and my dad is alike, they bump heads. My sister
Mhm.
and my mom is alike, they bump heads. Sometimes that make you bump heads too when you too
Mhm.
much alike. But of course, we had Kevin with his little moment with Emmett. And they hugging, saying goodbye. It's so hard to say goodbye. What you thought about this?
And no take. No, I was
Right.
crying. Like literally, I'm up here crying throughout this whole episode. I think it was only one time where I might have had a chuckle, and that might have been when Maisha was going off on Gemma with them bars. But other than that, I think I was crying left and right because this was so sad. It's just we've come full circle with this. I mean, when you see it,
Mhm.
I think I was saying to somebody that this was, or I might have said in my review, but technically we're replaying this whole story with Emmett.
Right.
We know we're getting a recycled
Mhm.
storyline, and that's cool. It is what it is. But technically, this would have been Brandon and Kevin, because
Right.
they were the
Yeah.
ones who had the bond, and that was his big brother, and he was the one that was, doing all of that stuff. But I thought that this was really dope. I thought it was cool to see how he's grown and how Emmett has really been there for him and really stepped up and been a
Mhm.
father like figure. And I guess you don't even have to call it a father figure, but a brotherly figure to him. Like taking him to try on the suit at prom. Those are things that, typically your father would have been there to do that with you. But because his father had passed away, Emmett just has been there stepping in, and I just think it was nice. I
Mhm.
like Kevin's growth, Kevin and
Yes,
Jake's growth.
absolutely. Yeah. Yes, Inga, I agree. I really hope that Kevin makes it out with no problem. Okay, it's a big world out there. It's more than just Chicago. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but go experience other things, see other things, and as long as you could be settled and it's gonna be good and it's gonna be something that you could benefit from, do you?
Exactly. I hope he make it out too. I hope what
Yeah.
Candy saying ain't true. I hope he make it out. Please make it
I
out.
hope so. Yeah, I don't want to see nothing because there's a piece in that trailer that got me worried, y'all. It got me worried, and I can't take it no more. Okay,
Oh my goodness.
take it.
I don't know which, hold on the original trailer or this last trailer.
This last trailer,
Oh, okay.
this last trailer, looking a little sketchy, y'all. But you know
Mm,
how they do things to throw us off too. So I don't want
mhm.
to read too much into it, but it is who shot you, and I got a feeling they ain't talking about Duda. I got a feeling.
You think we're gonna get a double win? You think we're gonna get?
Yeah,
Oh no! Oh, don't do it to me. I couldn't even hardly handle Pastor Stanley, and he wasn't even a main
right.
character.
Exactly.
I can't imagine how
Exactly.
I would act with a main character. I'd be up in here.
Exactly. I'm worried. I'm worried for Darnell. I'm worried for Keisha. Listen, now I'm worried for Kevin because they setting it up that he leaving. So please, not no. Okay.
Not Kevin. We can't do it. If they do that to
um.
Kevin, I'm done with the second season. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna still watch it.
um. So of course now we know here. You and the body, yo, they, I already said in the beginning, but they played the hell out of this,
Hmm.
and I like how they came, together. Like he was like, he did think of you as his son, and what you think he would be saying right now? Like, all of this, it felt real to me.
It did. It was so good. Like their acting was so on point. And y'all know I'll never talk about nobody acting
Hmm.
unless I got something good to say. But this was great. Like I felt
Hmm.
it. I was in it, and I've watched this multiple times. And if I watch it multiple times and I have the same reaction each time, then that means you did your damn
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Um, she said, yeah, I'm hoping that Kevin makes it out because he's been through a lot. Seeing someone, yeah, him shooting some. Please let Kevin be okay. That's what I say, man. He been through enough. Like, don't let him go through nothing else for real. But yeah, I
What?
definitely.
Patty? Oh, you see Patty's comment? Oh,
What she said?
is that what you thinking too?
Wait, let me see.
Under it done moved up again. Shoot, I can't see. Oh, I forgot I can just move it up.
Oh no, no, Patty, Patty. That's what I'm saying. If it's at the hospital, it better not be. I was thinking it's Darnell because Darnell tells him, let me take care of it. But then I'm thinking it's Keisha because it's something else that they said at the end of this episode. I can't. I can't, y'all. I can't. Okay. Say it ain't
Moochie, my bad, Moochie. Moochie would have had me together already on that background. I started with that power
Oh yeah,
background
I
on.
didn't even notice it. I did not notice it. Okay. Speaking of Moochie, make sure y'all put some hammers in the chat, okay? She couldn't be with us tonight, but she's still here with us. But, put us up in the algorithm, as she would say. I can't say it
And
like
hit the like, hit the share, put us up in that algorithm.
Mhm. Right,
Okay.
Moochie.
I almost
No,
had it,
Jesus,
Moochie.
no. No, Jesus, no.
We almost
Oh,
had it, Moochie. We
God.
was close. I think we might have missed one little part in it, but I can't remember what it was. Dang.
Mm. Lord, I can't take it, okay? No, we can't take it no more.
Anywho, that's what it is. Yeah. Anywho.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. So, child, I really didn't care about this part, but,
Me neither.
just basically Jake telling her to be careful. He said homegirl sound like every other person on the radio, and you
Yeah.
might as well stick to Maisha, but this is what kind of make me now say, well, are they gonna take it there? Because originally I was just like, nah, they ain't thinking about going there. But I don't really care if they do.
Me neither, girl.
So now, Rashad comes and brings Bakari the hammers. Now, child, while Bakari was running down the street with that big bag
Said,
up
don't
in
get
his
caught
arms
up.
right there.
I'm saying Shy say he trying to keep his place to live because I'm like, you see this boy in mourning right now. You done ran up on him with these
Mm-hmm.
with these hammers. I'm like, come on, Shy, don't do him like that. But Shy say he
Right.
gotta have a place to lay his head tonight. So he done.
Yeah. And I knew once he said, don't you take this to no daggone pastor house. And he was like, no, I'm not. I already knew there's only one other damn place he could take it, but
Mm-hmm.
all right. We get to this chess game. Was I the only one that felt like this was subliminal? Like we was talking about chess, and of course Rumpelstiltskin want to be down so bad, and he's saying he want to learn and all of that. But when we start talking about that queen, did we feel like he was only talking about the game, or do we feel like we know that Nuck is trying to protect?
Yeah, this was all definitely this everything about this was subliminal, like all
Mm-hmm.
of it, even all the way down to the pawns, because we even see
Mm-hmm.
that Nuck realizes it, later. Like he comes to the realization, like, damn, am I the pawn? Like,
Right.
yes, you are, bro. Like, you've been that. but
Mm-hmm. Yep. Candy love Keisha, Keisha, Keisha. And here she come bringing her behind there,
I'm
putting herself right in the spotlight.
so tired of Keisha.
Yeah. I don't know who dumber up here, yo.
I'm so tired of Keisha. That's all right, because Nina gonna be raising little Ronnie at this point, and she keep on. Her and Dre gonna be raising little
Yeah,
Ronnie because he
they
acting up.
do, because all of them are actually shy actors that live in the shy, so they getting their money. And a lot of them that's on here is on force too.
Yeah,
They
that's
like
funny
make
too.
money, money, make money, money. Mm-hmm.
It's funny because they literally are in Chicago, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's so funny to me.
Yeah, but it was crazy to me how Nuck had the dumb look on his face here because he thought he was winning for a minute there. And that's,
Hmm.
of course, when Duda fools him. And I've never heard that phrase before. I don't really know how to play chess. I know how to play checkers. I know my son is really good with them. But I've always heard you protect your queen. So, of course, for him to flip it the other way and say, nah, forget the queen, anybody,
Hmm.
like, I was like, oh, I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah,
Yes,
because most
Kendall.
people do try to protect the queen, or
Hmm.
whatever, like, because the queen is the most powerful piece on the board, so you want to protect the
Right.
queen. So when he was saying that, it was definitely he was flipping it, and
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay, I see you,
Yeah, he
Duda.
told him I already know your weakness. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Exactly.
I didn't care about this either. And I'm not trying to be mean. That's fine and dandy and nice. You want to start a family and all this. But my issue with Vic is you still got to worry about Duda. Like, you still got problems out here in these streets. You still got the FBI doing this investigation just because you feel like, oh, I'm not snitching and I'm ready to start a family. That don't mean that it's all over. Like, your number one priority, Mr. What is he, a councilman? Okay, is to get rid of damn Duda. That's what your number one priority is. Then you could go sit down and talk about this. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Okay, like I get it, but at the end of the day, bruh, it's like bad timing. Like you got other stuff to worry about. Like we waiting on Trig to show back up. Like forget
Right.
that.
Like, you ain't got
We
time to
need
sit
Trig
down
right
with no
now.
damn family meetings. I was like,
We do not
are
need
you
Victor.
kidding
Can somebody go find Trig and get him back in here so we can get rid of Duda, and then Victor can come back later.
me? Right. And then, mind you, I don't even see you doing your damn job like that. All you did so far, I mean, granted, I appreciate the group therapy sessions. And you said we going to do a candlelight vigil for Pastor. And that's it. Like, you ain't got time to go sit down and talk about no damn, we starting a family. That was irritating me.
Okay, I
I'm
was
like,
like,
dude, I'm about to wipe all of y'all out.
ain't nobody finna have no families. Like,
Right.
come on now, bro. Like in theory, you got a family right now. You need to be trying to protect this family because
Hmm.
Duda is coming and we need Trig to show up. Right, real talk.
Right. Child, they was raising my blood pressure up. So of
Girl,
course we had Bakari come climbing through the damn window to Lene. I'll let you take this one away, EJ.
child, like didn't her brother tell her already? And I get it. I understand he didn't have nowhere else to go. I get all of that, but I'm just like, oh, Lene, your brother done told you, but I hope everything be good because I like the character Lene. I just
Yeah.
want to see her win and when it's all said and done. But we knew where he was gonna go with it. But like I said, and I actually got feels for Bakari, so
Hmm.
I don't want to see nothing bad happen to this character either, not anymore at least. But so hopefully nothing come from it. Hopefully it's just one of those things where he can somehow get the stuff back to where they need to be at, and we call it a day, and we move on.
I don't know, cause I feel like Nina about to find those. Like, first of all, oh, just put
Girl,
it in my closet, and I'm not gonna look to see what it is. Like, what? Y'all know Nina found that money in the damn sock drawer in 2 damn seconds. What you think she gonna do with this big ass bag? Like, he was like, I was like, come on. Even if they would have called up Jamal, like, I know you backed in the corner right now, Bakari.
I just
Child.
don't want. I just want it to be all good. I'm just trying to. You know how like you're just trying to in your mind. You just like let's just
Mm-hmm.
let's just not let nothing happen. But you know they put it in there for a reason. So
Yeah.
something gonna happen. Ugh.
Yeah. It is. It's like she said. She even said, if you know it's something that um like could get me in trouble or whatever is bad to harm me, why would you bring it to my house? But you still talking about just put it in the closet. I'm like, girl, I'd have been like, get that out of my house.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, but it can't stay here. Kendall said, what is wrong with Lene letting him leave those hammers there? Because you know Nina gonna find them. Yep. Yep, that's what I said. Inga says either Nina or Dre will find them. Well, maybe if it's Dre will be a little bit more.
Understanding
Yeah, but if it's Nina,
over.
I don't even know, yeah. Okay, but I mean, he's literally still in the doghouse from her
Exactly.
with the car, and she was on a whole punishment. What you think they're gonna do when it comes to this? Like, come on, have some damn common sense now. Yeah, let me
Mhm.
tell y'all something. My father, one time when my brother was a teenager, found a BB gun under his pillow, but he thought it was, I'm sorry, hammer under his pillow, and he thought it was real. He woke my brother up and took him to the damn police. Oh God, I can't.
Oh
That's
my
a
goodness.
true story, okay?
Hey, adoption
Imagine if
uncle.
he would have found a bag like this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, child, yeah. Oh my God. Dude, like, we not surprised because he show up at the few. I mean, he shows up at graduations. He shows up at cookouts. He's everywhere. He gonna bring his raggedy ass here with his white. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm skipping because we had a whole conversation between Kim and, Kim and Keisha.
Okay.
But like, how you walking up?
Duda got the nerve. He just got nerve. Yeah, he just got nerve. Like you got too much nerve. Like really? Talking about, and then when she say what she said, he go, I didn't unalive your husband, and I'm
And
like,
you know I'm
why we
talking
going
about
straight
yes,
to that?
daddy. I know you ain't talking about yes, daddy for a Duda, okay? Even though he was handsome in his white suit. That
He was handsome. He was
oh,
handsome.
God. Sorry.
He was handsome. I think she was talking about your daddy though. Your daddy
Oh,
taking your
oh,
but I don't know. Like, I just felt like he had a lot of nerve walking up in here like this. It was just disrespectful. But I understand that he's trying to keep up the perception that it wasn't him. But I think everybody knows at this point that he has something to do with it. Like she said, you said, and she used the word pawn on purpose, and that's why we know all of this
mhm.
tie in together. Because out of all the words she could have used, this is the word that she uses. And that's why Nut got this look on his face, because this is the moment where he realizes that he too is a pawn, and Duda even though Duda says, I think at the beginning, don't sacrifice all your pawns, you know,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I don't know. This was just crazy. And that whole thing with Keisha and Emmett, they get on my nerves. They either need to break up or do something, because he's talking about leaving her if she go back, if she do that again. And I'm like, she gonna leave you, you gonna leave her, everybody, y'all just gonna leave each other. What we gonna do? Duda always look good, but he's so bad. Yes,
Mhm.
child. Yes.
He is, and I mean, yeah, Kim. I don't know why I keep calling them Kim. That's a new names for me, I guess. And Keisha, I was so tired of them. It's like, first of all, it's not even a place to have this discussion, but I get it. I felt where he was coming from. With like, nah, when it comes to this, no, you cannot. talk to him because she's like, well, I got to get your permission. Like, I don't need your permission to talk to some people. It's like, yeah, if it's not, you do. And why the hell are you going doing anything when I said I was going to take care of it? But then he had me laughing because he's still, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And trying to look to see who hit him.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was like, yo, he's stupid. And then, just when Dude I walked in, it was so funny because I said this in my review, and then I was watching somebody else, and they said the exact same thing. I was like, we here. Because this was definitely giving me 5 heartbeats with Red coming to the funeral, and I wanted her to slap fire out of him the same way Red did. I was like, child, no, this man ain't just walking up and through the house. Like, I didn't take your husband out. I was like, if you don't get out of here, Dude, like, I wanted somebody to push him in the damn coffin, but nonetheless, I ain't care about enough with this come to Jesus moment either. Like, oh, I'm the pawn. No, okay, no, unless you're gonna take him out, I don't want to see your look on your face because this is like the second time he gave the funny look. The first time was back when they was playing the game, and now here when she said that, I'm like, yeah, I get what y'all trying to do, but I don't give a damn. Like, piss me the hell off. For real, for real. So, oh yeah, yeah. Well, Jane says they showed Tracy knees buckle when she saw her. Man, listen, Tracy better clank clank, okay, tighten them damn things up. Unless she gonna help to take him out. I'm sick of this. I want to do
Okay,
that
we need a
gone
new
already.
nemesis. We need somebody new. We need something else. Bring us back to the love, like what they was doing
Mhm.
on the last when they
I
was
hope
talking about
whoever gets
love.
through that don't shoot him, but makes him suffer long and hard. The walk of death. I mean, that would be nice, but I doubt we gonna be, unless it's Alicia. I don't know, because I'm hearing she supposed to be all that in a bag of chips. So,
I mean, that's what Rob said. Rob said
hmm
something about I can't remember his exact words, but basically that she was something else. So
right, like Duda ain't nothing compared to her. Candy Love says he needed to check Keisha about Nuck. I don't know if that was the right place. Yeah, I definitely agree, but maybe I don't see enough because they definitely not communicating. Yeah, at all. It's like it's going from bad to worse every time with them. So yeah, y'all. Of course, we went. Papa gave his speech, child. Mm.
girl, that had me choked up. And then Kevin
Yeah,
and Jake had to come up there, and I was like,
yeah,
breathe, EJ, breathe.
yeah. Ah man, this definitely was just so touching.
It really was. And I love
Mm-mm.
that Kenya showed up regardless.
Yes,
I thought that said a lot about her character.
yes. Because at the end of the day, it's not about none of that. He still needed that support. He still lost his dad. You know. Um. So yeah. Yeah, man, I cried so daggone hard, child. I wasn't even expecting to cry as hard as I did. For real, for real.
Yeah, me too. I cried
Exactly.
both. I think I looked at this 3 times, and every
Hmm.
time I cried, I was crying, crying. Like I was like, "Dang, girl, you done cried hard already!" Like, but I cried hard again.
Yeah, they definitely did. They did an excellent job. And
Yes.
even when they was at the grave site, it was like Bakari couldn't bring himself to go over there. You see him off to the side, and he just break it down. I'm like, oh, what's the no, it's okay,
Okay, he just needed. He looked like he needed a hug. I just want to hug that baby, like just
it's okay.
hug him tight.
They really was acting their behinds off for real. Um, Jay Alexandra said, "Wait, I'm sorry, I'm trying to click on these, but they going fast. Do you feel like too much was put on Papa's shoulders? Should the mom have spoke? No,
Yeah.
I think it was fair, and I think most of us expected him to speak. I remember when we first started saying that we thought it was gonna be his father that more than likely he was gonna end up speaking. He got Papa's pulpit, and that his father just was always talking to him and trying to instill different things in him, like he spoke about in his speech, having those morals and how he always wanted to make him proud and looking up to him and things of that nature. So I know it was hard. I would have liked to hear more from the mom. And then even for a minute, I was like, well, Dad, he probably gonna make his mother feel a little bad because he kept emphasizing on the fact that it was all about his father and making him proud and looking up to him. And now that he's gone, he don't have nobody to really make proud, and that now it would have to be himself, and that we all should make ourselves proud. But I was like, well, you still got your mama, but I understood what they meant and where they was going with it. And so I don't think so. I think that's the way it was supposed to go. What
Yeah.
you think, EJ?
I think the same thing. I think that it was fitting for
Yeah,
Papa to
we
be
don't know the mama like that. They just threw
yeah,
her in
and
this mess.
we don't have like a really big rapport with the mom. We've seen her, but we don't have a huge rapport with her. I
Mm-hmm.
think the impact that we felt when we felt how we felt, and I think the consensus is the same for a lot of people, because I've heard a lot of people say that they were very emotional on this episode, specifically at this particular part. I don't think that it carries
Mm-hmm.
the same weight if the mom gives that speech. It
Right.
didn't carry the same weight. I probably would have been like, man, this so fake. We don't even know her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably would
Mm-hmm.
have been side eyeing it, but Papa giving it was the way it was supposed to be, because it's almost like the torch was passing to Papa.
Right.
And we're
Yeah.
probably going to see him in the capacity just like his father, being a preacher and all of this type of stuff. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Kendall, I do. I do. I know some people said they think he's gonna go to the dark side. I don't. I would be
I don't.
surprised if he do. I feel like he's gonna do that. Yeah, Moochie was been saying that he was gonna speak at the funeral and stuff, but I think he's gonna probably follow his dad's legacy. Is he real angry? Does he probably want payback? Does he want Zuda to go down? Absolutely, but I don't think that's gonna be the way that he gonna go.
Nah, I think
Um,
that after his thing with Bakari, when him and Bakari kind of came back together, I think right then we kind of saw Papa's anger kind of subside.
mhm.
So I don't think that he's going to spiral out of control or anything like that. I think this is going to motivate him to
Yeah,
want to do better and to be better. And like you said, not for his father, but for himself. And I feel like he's going to pick up that torch and carry it.
yeah,
So
definitely. What's up, Jay? Well, what's going
what up,
on?
Jay Will?
Yeah, y'all. So that was the shy man. Rest in peace, Pastor Stanley Jackson. But y'all, the next episode is Who Shot Her? So I don't
Okay.
know.
Mid-season finale, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yeah. And I don't know when we gonna get a new one after that, because they haven't released no kind of dates. But I could use a break, to be honest.
Girl. Yes.
So yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I thank y'all all for joining us. I appreciate y'all. Candy Love and Patty. Jay Will, thank you for coming through. Brillo was in the house. Inga. Moochie was in the chat, even though she couldn't be up here with us. She was still here with us, rocking. We trying to hold it down for her. Don Watson. Kendall, of course. Appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us.
Absolutely. Can I read this comment for Candy right quick?
Mm-hmm.
She said, pause, but why Keisha took the guest room and Emmett said he'd get it right for her. No, get it right for yourself. She she might
Oh
have
God.
read her comment, but yeah, I remember that part. I was like, girl, you better go get that room ready yourself. I'm not gonna get nothing ready for you. Forget that.
Oh God, child. Lord, I'm
Yes.
surprised nobody ain't jumped down on the coffin. They always gotta somebody gotta come in hooping and hollering and doing backflips.
He's like, no.
Yes. No, Lord, no. No, stop. But they did have their candle vigil, and Inga said in the comments earlier that we be looking good in white. We sure do, okay? Just
Okay.
rocking that white.
Listen, y'all take y'all a plate. Y'all get y'all a plate, take it with you.
Yeah, right.
We don't want no leftovers.
Right. You ain't trying to have no leftovers. Take it home with y'all.
And while you at it, go ahead and hit the like button on your way out.
What you got coming up next, DJ? Well, we got it coming up next, but I'll let you tell the people about
I'll say whatever you got coming up next. We got the team coming up tomorrow. We'll be talking about that, and then on Thursday we have ladies' night, movie night with the ladies, and we're gonna be finishing up the Bobby Brown story part 2, which I was excited about. I was crying on that too. I was crying my eyes out too. I was like,
yeah, I don't watch so much stuff that made me cry these last couple days. Bobby made me cry. This episode made me cry. I don't know if y'all saw that Kirk Franklin, me and his daddy, that made me cry. I can't watch nothing else that's gonna make me cry. Okay, I had enough. I had enough.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, the Tima. I cried on that a little bit. Like I was just like, it was a lot
yes,
of crying
Candy
going on.
Love. They do be saying that too. Love.
Okay, and listen, every time somebody say something like that, you like, come on now, they already gone. Stop playing. You didn't mean it. You didn't mean it. Now, what if the man came and said, "Okay, I'll take you instead"? You probably be backtracking. I didn't mean it. No, never mind. Never mind.
Yes, definitely. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Yeah, that Kirk Franklin story was crazy too. It really was. I ain't even gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that because I ain't know all his backstory. If y'all haven't seen it, it's up on YouTube. I would definitely suggest checking it out. Yeah, you never know what people be going through in their lives.
Yeah. That's what's up. I'm gonna get around to looking at it. It's just I knew it was gonna be sad, and I couldn't handle no more stuff on my spirit right now.
Yeah, I understand because there's a lot. It was a lot of heavy stuff. It definitely was. But if y'all watch the team, check us out tomorrow. If y'all watching, Bobby Brown, if y'all got caught up with that, we gonna have part 2 on Thursday. And then, everything else just keep going and going. Hopefully Moochie is better by then. We keep our sister lifted up in prayer, okay?
Yes.
Get that tea, that honey, that lemon child.
Okay. Because we need somebody to say, put us up in the algorithm.
Right.
We need that.
All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Peace.